In this analysis, we will explore the influence of Federico Fellini on Nanni Moretti, comparing their filmmaking styles and ways in which Moretti continues to transform Fellini's legacy. We will focus on how both directors incorporate autobiographical themes and address personal and cultural issues through their unique cinematic approaches. To explore this influence more deeply, we will carefully analyze two films, Fellini's 8.5 and Moretti's Dear Diary. Through these films, we will be able to see how each director uses personal experience and reflection on Italian society to craft their narratives. This analysis will draw upon Piero Bonandella's History of Italian Cinema, a Fellini Ascendant. This reading will provide valuable insights into Fellini's artistic evolution and his enduring impact on Italian cinema. By engaging with Bonandella's work, this essay will offer a comparison in which Fellini's influence continues to resonate in Moretti's films, particularly in the treatment of autobiographical storytelling and cultural commentary. Federico Fellini is one of the most famous filmmakers in history. His unique style made him respected by other directors. Known for his playful sarcasm, surreal imagery, and deeply personal storytelling, Fellini's films often mix humor with serious emotions. He has a way of blending his own life personal experiences into his movies, making them both funny and meaningful at the same time. Nanni Moretti, a director who came after Fellini, is often called Italy's most thoughtful and original filmmaker today. Moretti's films stand out for their sharp humor and self-reflection. He's known for poking fun at himself, his films, and the world around him, especially politics and the media. His movies deal with real everyday issues and often with a strong personal touch. Though their film styles are different, Moretti learned a lot from Fellini. One key lesson was how to use personal stories in his films. Just like Fellini, Moretti mixes his own personal experiences with bigger issues he wants to talk about. This personal connection to the stories make both filmmakers' movies feel honest and real. But Moretti doesn't just copy Fellini, he interacts with Fellini's styles in his own way. Sometimes his films openly reference Fellini's work, and other times he uses humor to make fun of it. But either way, Moretti's films reflect on what it means to be a filmmaker. He's asking big questions about the role of the director and how personal stories fit into the movie. While Fellini's films were a window into his personal, imaginative world, Moretti's focus more on modern Italy and the issues of his time. Both directors share the same belief. The movie should come from a personal place. Telling stories are both individual and universal. Fellini's influence is still alive in Moretti's work, and together they show how filmmakers can reflect their lives in the world around them and through their art. In the end, Fellini and Moretti both made cinema that isn't just for entertainment. They made films that ask us to think, reflect, and laugh, sometimes all at the same time. And in doing so, they've shaped Italian cinema in ways which will be remembered for years to come.
Federico Fellini's 8.5 is one of the most celebrated films in cinema history, offering a deeply personal and metatextual exploration of the creative process. Released in 1963, the film reflects Fellini's own struggles as a filmmaker, blending reality, memory, and fantasy into a dreamlike narrative. At its core, 8.5 is a film about filmmaking, capturing the anxieties, joys, and contradictions of artistic creation. The film follows Guido, played by Marcello Mastroianni, a director grappling with creative block as he attempts to make his next film. What makes 8.5 so groundbreaking is its self-reflected structure. Fellini uses Guido as a stand-in for himself, exploring his doubts, relationships, and childhood memories. This autobiographical element creates an intimate connection between the director and the audience, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. It's a film that asks, how do we reconcile the chaotic fragments of our lives with the demands of creating something coherent and meaningful? One of the most iconic scenes in 8.5 is the film's opening sequence. Guido finds himself trapped in a suffocating traffic jam, then suddenly floats above the cars, escaping into the sky before being yanked back to the ground by a tether. The surreal imagery symbolizes his desire for freedom from his creative and personal constraints, while illustrating the tension between liberation and responsibility. Fellini's use of dream logic, with its seamless transitions and symbolic resonance, was highly influential, paving the way for future filmmakers to explore nonlinear narratives and subjective realities. Another key moment in 8.5 is the harem scene, where Guido imagines all of the women in his life coexisting harmoniously in a single space. What begins as an idealized fantasy quickly unravels into chaos, reflecting Guido's inability to manage his relationships and his own ego. Fellini's bold visual style shines here, with intricate choreography and theatrical staging that emphasize the surreal yet deeply personal nature of the sequence. This scene underscores the film's central theme, the impossibility of controlling life's complexities even within the safe confines of imagination. Fellini's influence on cinema through 8.5 cannot be overstated. The film's self-referential approach inspired countless directors, from Martin Scorsese to Woody Allen. Its blending of realism and fantasy set a precedent for filmmakers to use cinema as a medium for introspection and experimentation. Moreover, 8.5 challenges conventional storytelling by prioritizing mood, imagery, and emotion over plot, proving that cinema can be as much about the journey as the destination. Overall, 8.5 is a masterpiece of cinematic art, offering a profound mediation on the complexities of creativity and identity. Fellini's innovative techniques and deeply personal storytelling have left an incredible mark on filmmaking, making 8.5 not just a film, but a timeless exploration of the human spirit.
Nanni Moretti's Dear Diary is a semi-autobiographical film that blends humor, introspection, and a sharp critique of modern life. It's divided into 3 distinct yet thematically interconnected chapters, making it a unique hybrid of documentary, personal essay, and fiction. The film is divided into 3 episodes, each exploring different facets of Moretti's life and worldview. The first one is In Vespa, a whimsical journey through Rome and on Moretti's scooter. The second one is Isole, a search for tranquility and meaning on Italy's remote islands. And the last one is Medici, a deeply personal account of Moretti's battle with misdiagnosed cancer. The episodic structure allows the film to shift between lighthearted musings and profound self-exploration, capturing the fragmented and non-linear nature of life. Themes and motifs of this film include the search for identity and connection. Each chapter is in essence a quest. Moretti seeks to understand the world around him while grappling with its own place in it. Whether observing urban life from his Vespa, seeking escape on idyllic islands, or navigating the labyrinth of the healthcare system, Moretti portrays a yearning for authenticity and connection in a fragmented modern world. The second includes the intersection of human and melancholy. Moretti uses humor as a coping mechanism and a tool to critique societal norms. For instance, in Vespa, his lighthearted commentary on Roman architecture and pop culture masks a deeper dissatisfaction with urban alienation. Third is a critique of institutions. The film is sharply critical of societal systems, particularly medicine in Medici. Moretti's frustrations with misdiagnosis and the impersonal nature of healthcare reflect broader issues on institutional inefficiency and dehumanization. The fourth motif is the power of place. Rome, the alien islands, and the sterile hospitals are more than just settings. They are symbolic of Moretti's internal states. The bustling streets of Rome embody his intellectual curiosity, while the serene islands represent his desire for simplicity and escape. In contrast, the hospitals symbolize confusion and helplessness. The fifth motif is autobiography and performance. By placing himself at the center of the narrative, Moretti blurs the line between reality and fiction. His candid approach invites viewers into his world, fostering a sense of intimacy while simultaneously reflecting the constructed nature of storytelling. The visual style and cinematography is straightforward and unpretentious, aligning with Moretti's conversational tone. The film avoids elaborate visual effects, which relies instead on natural lighting and handheld shots to emphasize authenticity. In terms of the use of music, Moretti employs an eclectic soundtrack to evoke emotion and complement the narrative. For example, the use of Leonard Cohen's I'm Your Man in Vespa underscores the personal and contemplative nature of the film. As for the pacing and the tone, the leisurely pacing reflects the episodic nature of life, while moments of silence and stillness that allow the audience to reflect alongside Moretti. The social context of Italy in the 1990s reflects a specific moment in Italian history, grappling with political, cultural, and societal changes. Moretti critiques superficial consumerism, the vapidity of television, and the medical establishment, offering a personal yet universal commentary on contemporary life. Moretti's decision to include his own experiences, particularly his health struggles, adds a layer of vulnerability and authenticity rarely seen in cinema. It also positions him as both a creator of subject, challenging traditional notions of objectivity in filmmaking. Dear Diary is a cinematic gem that defies conventional storytelling. Its charm lies in its honesty, vulnerability, and ability to balance humor with profound introspection. Nanni Moretti's exploration of life's absurdities and struggles resonates universally, making it both a deeply personal and profoundly relatable film.